Hello and welcome to another part of Let's Play Eafc 2016 number 45. Take up, you're doing good. I certainly am. Today I want to talk about the World Cup. I don't want to cut together a video again with pictures and everything and images and you know, like I used to do it because the World Cup's over already, so that wouldn't make a lot of sense, you know, to put in all that effort. By the way, I did stop doing these kind of videos because I had some stuff to do privately. Like I didn't have the time for it anymore, and but I will keep doing such videos, not just about football too, yes, but also about other subjects. So don't worry if you like those videos. I will try to improve. I know they weren't very good, you know. But I want to talk about the World Cup in this video. You know, I put in summary how I experienced it, and yeah, I want to do give you a little gameplay to see. I don't know what team I'm gonna choose. Probably a international team, a national team. I mean, because it will make more sense for the subject of this video. Let me choose the. Hold on. Let me choose England. Oh, Indonesia. They have Indonesia. Wow. Did not know that they have Indonesia in it. That's surprising. Did not know that. They have Ireland or Italy, of course. Korea. Mexico, Morocco, Netherlands, New Zealand, Northern Ireland, Norway, Panama, Paraguay, Poland, Portugal, Qatar, Romania, Saudi Arabia, Scotland, Senegal, South Africa, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Tunisia, Turkey, Ukraine, United States, Uruguay, Uzbekistan, Wales, Nigeria, Argentina, and they have Brazil too, Cabo Verde. And let me choose them then, because I think they are the winner of the hearts. Let me choose them then. Let me choose Cabo Verde. We're gonna play against Argentina. I think that fits. I think that it's a good fit. It's a good game. So only this time we will beat them, of course. Oh, they have a good central back. A center back, I mean. They do have some decent players, obviously, because they did not play bad at all. They were playing a very good World Cup, of course, a sensational World Cup. I think they should have won against Argentina. I mean, obviously they didn't, you know. They could have. They tried their best, that's for sure. I was very sad when they were kicked out. And Bosnia doesn't even have a face icon. It's a little strange, to be honest. Maybe he doesn't want it. Maybe he wants. I mean, he's already famous. Like he has like 30 million followers on Instagram. So I think it's a little too late for that, to protect the privacy. It's a little too late, or whatever. Maybe he just doesn't want it. Okay, then let's play the game. Set up a tactic plan. They didn't really have a tactic, that they were just playing. I mean, of course they did have a tactic, but like they were just playing the best. Balanced, high. No, not so high. Balanced. Rather. So let's play the game then. So how did I experience this World Cup? I think first I have to say, I think the group stage was very good. I think then there were a lot of goals were scored. Those were very interesting games, I must say. So I would say that was the best stage of the World Cup was the group stage, I would say. Oh, we are playing in Cape Verde. It seems like from the background. That's nice. Yeah, you know, those little teams were very nice to watch. Like Cape Verde, like Haiti, hold on, let me think. Like Morocco, I know they're not a little team no more. It's not like they're a bad football nation. I mean, they are kind of, you know, in that big circle, in that top circle. Morocco, I mean, other than Cape Verde, was there a team that was surprising? Really, I can't really remember. Egypt, maybe. They could have beaten Argentina, I think. They should have beaten them, in my opinion. I was very disappointed with final performances of Argentina, not just because of their bad behavior, and the fouling and everything, I was disappointed because they were playing, you know, they were waiting, so to say, to start playing football, which of course is a tactical approach that is allowed, you know, it's not illegal to do that. I don't really like that type of football, you know. I think either you play football from the start, from the first minute on until the end, the best way you can, or you're just gonna leave it. That's my opinion, you know. I've been watching football since I was 6 years old, which has been quite some time now. And so I know a little bit about tactical approaches, you know, about the tactical ways there are, you know, the ways to approach a game. And I did not really like the football that Argentina was playing from the round of 32 on. And I think they would have deserved to go out against Cape Verde. I really do. But in the group stage they were playing good in the start, you know, at the group stage in their first games. But then they changed something. They changed a little. Maybe, you know, they really thought that would make them win the World Cup. But they were wrong. Thank God they were. Because in the end they were very antipathic. I don't know if that's a word. They were very unsympathetic. They were very bad losers in the end too, because they did lose the final game, of course. They were behaving very bad. I think that shows how they approached, you know, this World Cup. And what kind of, you know, I don't wanna go too deep on that, you know, because it was visible that even to him, Lionel Scaloni, the coach, that it was very important to them, you know, that was their dream to win again, as it was for every other team, you know. So, you know, that doesn't make it. Of course, I understand it, you know. Argentina, in their country, they have a lot of poverty. You know what I'm saying? Damn, what's going on? Doing the same thing that he did in those games before they played against Argentina. I mean, he did play pretty well too in that game. Was in, yeah, I mean. No, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I understand that that was their goal, their dream. But it doesn't make it right to, you know, treat others like that, to foul like that, to be aggressive like that, to, you know, to forget the human spirit. Because I think these days a lot of people forget that, you know, not just in football. A lot of people forget that we are all the same. You know what I'm saying? That we all have beating hearts on our chests. That we all have our goals and dreams. You know, I would have expected a little more respect from Argentina, to be honest. I was very disappointed with them. Yeah, but I was very amazed by the Spanish football. I don't really like teams that win all the time. That's why when Spain is winning everything in Europe, not just the professional team, but also it's a penalty for us. Not just their national team, but also their, you know, new teams, like the under U19 teams and everything, U21 teams, the youth team, so to say. They're winning everything too, and it's a little annoying as a European. So it's alright. I mean, you have to respect their you know, their football art, you know, their way of playing football, which is a very nice, very high quality way of playing football. So I respect them for that, and I respect them for beating Argentina and for, you know, keeping their cool and staying calm in the final. I really respect that too. But if I would have had after Germany went out, I would have had to choose a team, and I did have to choose a team, of course, because they went out against Paraguay in the round of 32. not chose England. I really wanted that to happen, to see that, you know. Obviously, that didn't work out. Thanks to those guys that we are playing against. I think also England, you know, it was kind of their own fault too, because they didn't really had the right tactical approach in those last 30 minutes against Argentina. And that was kind of their own fault, you know. So yeah, can't really blame. You can just blame Argentina for that, or the referee. It was their own mistake, their own fault. And I don't really think it was just because of Tuchel. I think that the team knew what they have to do. You can't just attack and try to score the second goal. You also have to, you know, wait for the right moments to do that, especially against such an opponent. So I don't think that was wrong necessarily. You know, it's not that easy in football. I think everybody that has studied football and has played football themselves knows that. It's not that easy always to just keep on attacking. Sometimes you have to, you know, have a defensive approach too, especially in those hot phases of a game. And I think that's what they did, but I just think they did it the wrong way. You know, maybe they were a little tired. You know, the players. Could imagine that they were tired. That's not an excuse, because even though you're tired in such a game, you cannot be tired, you know. You have to somehow overcome that feeling, in my opinion, which is easier said than done, you know. But they really had a chance, and if they would have done it, if they would have did it the right way, they would have won the World Cup. I'm pretty sure about that. Like, I'm 100% sure about that. That England would have beaten Spain. I know a lot of people are not so sure about that anymore, but I'm 100% sure that they would have won the World Cup if they would have made it. So, because Tuchel is just, you know, that type of coach. He can manage finals. He can do that. They proved it a lot of times, I think. Besides that one final against Bayern, they had with Paris. They had with Paris. It went wrong, of course. I think it's just a feeling that I have that they would have won that game. Now I have to wait for another 4 years until 2030, and it's not gonna be easier then, I think. Maybe it is because they will have you know, some time until then to grow together as a team, England. And Spain, I think they have to just keep going on the way they are doing it, and they will be successful again then. Because this time it worked out, and there wasn't no indication of, you know, any weakness that they have. And you have to remind yourself that they have a lot of young players, you know, they have a lot of youth teams that are very stacked with good players. And La Masia's keep on producing these, La Masia, I think it's pronounced, keep on producing these great footballers, these fine footballers, you know. These fantastic footballers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they will be in the circle of favorites then too. But when it comes to my country, Germany, I think they just did the right thing and lost against Paraguay, because if they would have played against France, that would have been a humiliation, I think. As it was for Sweden against France. That's just my opinion. That's just my feeling, you know. That would have went like that. And now we have Klopp. Now we will have Klopp. He will be the new national coach of Germany, and that's the best thing that could happen to us, I think. No disrespect to Nagelsmann, but he's just too young to coach a national team like Germany, in my opinion. There cannot be. I don't think they would have been successful with keeping him. So that was the best thing that could happen to Germany, to, you know, go out in the round of 32 and get Klopp. I think. Yeah, we'll have to wait for these 4 years. In these 4 years, that we will see if Germany will make progress, if they will improve. I really hope so, as a German, of course. I think that Spain will be the top, will remain the top. Because they just have the best way of playing football, you know. It's as easy, as simple as it is. Just like France has, and England. They're just ahead of, you know, Germany, and those, you know, they are one level higher than them. Yes, finally.
And there is no missing those. An open goal for them to enjoy.
It was a great attack, great goal. And other than that, I mean, if we're talking about my opinion on the Brazilian team, I think they, you know, they gotta find themselves again. You know, they gotta rethink their way of playing football, not in the sense of, you know, giving up the Joganito or what it's called. I think that they gotta, you know, apply a little more to this modern, you know, to this tactical football that is being played these days. And they will have to find some new talents, of course. They will have to give them the chance. They will have to get a younger team, and then I can see them being successful again. As we did beat them. That's how it should have went back then. Yeah, and in the US, you know, the host teams, they were pretty good. I think they did good. They did get not the max, obviously, because the max would have been the title, or at least the final. But they did good. I don't think you can say otherwise. And Japan was very, very good too again. They recommend me to play on professional difficulty level. If you find the level suggested too easy or too difficult, you can change it in any time. In the game settings menu, stats will be tracked against your originally chosen difficulty of world class. Okay, then we have the right difficulty, I would say. And then I would say that's it. With this little summary of mine. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I would be happy about that, and see you in the next part. Bye.